Okay, so we're learning about order of operations with signed numbers. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit different, but let's review PEMDAS first. Yes. Parentheses. Exponents.
Multiply, divide, add, subtract.
Very good. Parentheses, exponents, multiply, divide, add, subtract. Okay, who remembers what I do underneath the multiplying and dividing and adding and subtracting?
Go left to right.
Yes. So we put a little arrow from here to here and here to here. Somebody explain to me what that means.
Like if you see, you just do whichever comes first.
Whichever one comes first. So I could divide first and then multiply. It depends on which one comes from left to right first. Okay? So it could actually be PEDMAS.
PEDMAS.
Okay? Or it could even be PEDMAS. Okay? So it could be, these two can switch. So even adding and subtracting, whichever one comes first, whether it's subtracting and then adding or adding and then subtracting. Does everybody understand what I mean by this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good stuff. Now, since we've reviewed that, okay, now we're going to move into using signed numbers with this, okay? So, the other day, I think you were asking me about signed numbers. Why do they have to be plus?
Yeah.
Okay, this is where it gets really important, okay? So, this one tells me to simplify this, okay? So, I want you to watch. So everybody write down this equation. Write it down.
Too many twos.
There are lots of twos.
Ooh, this is interesting. Okay, so.
Okay, now, here's what I want you to hear on this lesson, okay? It's very important. I'm going to put a line right here, and that line is going to tell me something in a minute. But when we're working with signed numbers, I'm going to explain to you why I have that line there. So if you get a problem that's going to require PEMDAS, and it has signed numbers plus with negative things with negatives and positives, I want you to remember this line, okay, because it's important. Now, what is my very first step according to PEMDAS? Okay, now, these are parentheses that we have around there, but is there a problem within parentheses? No. So it's not, even though they are parentheses, it's not a parentheses problem. So we do not actually have any parentheses according to that method. Does everybody understand what I mean by that? Okay, do we have any exponents? No. Okay, multiplying. Do you see any problem multiplying or dividing that are left to right? There's a dividing. Okay? Anytime you have two numbers next to each other and there's not anything in the middle, okay, especially since they have parentheses, we know we're going to have to multiply those. So does everybody see that this is a multiplying problem? Mm-hmm. Okay? Everybody sees that? Everybody sees that? Okay, and this is a dividing problem. Okay, so what I want you to see is that we're going to multiply and divide from left to right. It happens to be multiplying first. So I'm going to do this. Okay? What is negative 2 times negative 2?
Negative 4.
Positive 4. Positive 4. Why?
Because 2 negatives.
It's probably a squirrel, bird.
They're both.
It's underneath it. No, it's fine. Guys, math. Okay, so negative 2 times negative 2 is
Negative 4.
not negative 4. Why is it positive 4?
Because it's the two.
No,
it's
that's
two
not
the
why.
same.
Because you have the same sign. And when you're multiplying or dividing signed numbers, if you have the same sign, it's positive. Everybody remember that?
Same sign
is
is
positive.
positive.
So this one would give us 4. Everybody gets that?
Yes.
Okay, you may have to go back to your notes on this. Got it? Okay, so this is a 4. I'm going to bring everything else down
Same sign is positive, right?
when you're multiplying.
I do not understand the dividing.
Okay, we're going to do that in just a minute. So I'm going to bring everything else down. I haven't answered anything else. I'm just bringing everything else down. And I told my class, 6th grade class, I said, because I was teaching them just regular PEMDAS yesterday, please waste paper. Please waste your pencil on these kind of problems. Don't try to do too much at one time. You will mess up. Okay? Now, So all I've answered is this and put it here, and I moved everything else down to complete the rest of the problems. Now, do y'all see anything else multiplying and dividing from
Yes.
here to here?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So we see this as a dividing problem, okay? Different signs,
-1.
okay? Different signs means it's going to be negative. So what is 2 divided by 2? 1. And we know it's going to be negative. So that's my answer. It's going to be a -1. I'm putting it in parentheses because it's going to help me. Does everybody understand why I put that in
Because there's
parentheses?
a minus right next to it.
Because there's a minus right there. Thank you. Thank you, Grace.
And then
Okay.
those 2 minuses make it positive.
Now, the reason why we have a line right here at this point is after we've answered those 4, PEMD, now we are going to do the method that I was telling you about, is that you cannot subtract signed numbers. So it's at this point that you're going to change everything from minus to plus negative or whatever. You see what I'm saying? Okay, so do you see any minuses? Okay, I'm going to go in and box my pluses and my minuses just to help me out. Okay? Now, once I've done that, does this one change? No, because it's already plus, which is what we want it to be. But this one is going to change. So if this is a minus, I'm going to change it to a plus, and then you change the sign of the number to the right. So what would it become? It would become positive. So I can either put positive, or I can just erase my negative to make it a positive number. Okay? Now, are we ready? Yes, because everything's changed to adding, which is what we want it to be. And now we're going to go from left to right, adding or subtracting, depending on the number, okay? So let's do -2 plus 4.
I have a question.
Yes.
Would you have to change -2? Or is it only
This
when
one?
you're subtracting?
Only when if there was a minus right here or a negative right here, you would. Okay, I think I showed y'all the other day, if there was like that, I would put a 0 here. Because 0 has no value, but it helps you to see it and go, oh, okay, then that would be this. Okay? But it's not. So, just to let you know. Okay, so let's do this problem. Now, you have to go back to your rules of adding signed numbers. If I have a negative and a positive,
It'll be a negative.
what do I do?
Oh, you take the sign from the subtract and take the
I subtract and take, even though it tells me to add, the rule is that I subtract 2 and 4 and I take the sign of the biggest numbers. Everybody remember that rule? So if I subtract 2 from 4, I'm going to get 2. And what sign am I going to take? The positive. Okay, so my answer to this one is going to be 2. Am I getting that on there? No, I am not. Okay, so this -2 plus 4, I'm going to erase it so that they can see, is going to be a positive 2. Okay? And then now we just have 2 plus 1. Answer's 3. Okay? So your final answer is going to be 3. Let me see if we got it right.
Yeah.
Yes, we did. Okay, so good stuff. Everybody understands. Let's do another one because this one's a little bit harder. This
This
next
is
one.
kind of like what we learned.
It is. It just takes it a deeper step. Okay? All right, this one's a little bit harder, so stay with me. -3. Write this down. I hear too much talking. Minus 4 times -2 times -3. Woo! Plus -3, -4 over 2. Okay, everybody write that down.
Good grief.
Yeah, I know, right? I don't know if it looks complicated to you. It does. It looks complicated to me. Okay. So I think the first thing to do on big problems like this is I'm going to go in and box this for right now. Does everybody see those 2 distinctions? Thing right there. Let me put it in a different color. I see a plus here and a minus here, and everything else just kind of runs together. Everybody see those 2 distinctions? Okay, so now let's do this PEMDAS. Okay, are there any problems that are within a parentheses?
Yes.
I see one. Okay, and it's this one right here. Okay, now some of you may be able to go, okay, if I'm at 2 and then I take away 4, it's going to be a negative number. Okay, hopefully you see that because this is 2 take away 4. Okay, if it helps you to do right now plus negative, you can do that within the problem, and then you know the rules that if they're opposites, then you subtract and take the sign of the biggest number. Okay, but if you don't think that way and that's not your thought process, that's fine. Just go on and do 2 take away 4, and we're going to end up getting negative 2. Okay, so I'm going to just, since I have the benefit of erasing, I'm just going to write negative 2 right here. Okay, I would move everything down, write that answer, and keep moving everything down. Okay, so now, do I have any more parentheses problems? No. Okay, that one's done. Exponents? No. Multiplying? Tons. Tons and tons and tons of multiplying. Okay, so let's go from left to right and multiply or divide. Okay, so here is my first problem. Does everybody see that? Negative 3 times negative 2. Same sign. When you're multiplying, it's going to be a positive answer. So what is 3 times 2? 6. So negative 3 times negative 2 is 6. Okay, again, I'm just erasing because I have that benefit. All right. Now, because multiplying, remember how you can go 5 times 3 or 3 times 5? You're going to get the same answer. Same here. So I can do any of these 3. It doesn't matter. I can do it interchangeably. Okay, so it doesn't matter. So let's just take the first 2. What is 4 times negative 2? Different signs. Different signs, so it's going to be a negative. So what is 4 times 2? 8. So it's going to be a negative 8 right here. Negative 8. Okay, and then negative 8 times negative 3. Same signs. So it's going to be a positive 24. 8 times 3 is 24. Same sign, positive. Very good. So I'm going to just put a 24 right there. Everybody's with me so far? Am I going too fast because I think y'all are having to write it
No.
over and over and over? Okay. What's my next thing I'm going to do?
Multiply the top of the division.
Okay. Anytime you have a division bar like this, listen up, okay? I need y'all to really pay attention. Anytime you have a division bar like this, you always, always, always answer what's on top, answer what's on bottom, and then divide it. You can't divide it right now, okay? So, what is negative 3 times negative 4?
Positive 12.
Positive 12, okay? Because they're same sign. It's going to be positive, and 3 times 4 is 12. Okay? Now, still doing our PEMDAS. Are there any more multiplying or dividing?
No.
Dividing. 12 divided by 2, 6. I'm going to go in and put that in. Okay. Now I've come to where I have my line because we're doing sign numbers, and now we're going to change everything from minus to plus negatives, right? So let's do that. Got my minus here, becomes plus negative.
Wait, why does that become first again?
Huh?
Why does that become first?
Because remember, you can't subtract sign numbers.
Yeah, but you could just like think about that.
You could what?
Couldn't you just?
You could, if you like doing it that way. My mind works better to know that I can't subtract sign numbers and I need to make them plus. Okay? So I'm going to go in and make this plus, but when I make this plus, it changes the sign of the number to the right, which right now is a positive, so we're going to make it a negative. Does everybody understand what I've done? Okay, so now let's go. 6 plus a negative 24 actually means I'm going to subtract and take the sign of the biggest number, right? Which is going to give me 18. So it's going to be a negative 18 because of I'm taking the sign of the biggest number. I'm going to bring everything else down. Okay? Negative 18 plus 6 is going to give us negative 12. Because I'm going to subtract 6 from 18 and get 12 and then take the sign of the biggest number. And are we right? Yes, we are.
This wasn't as hard as
No?
This was the hard one.
This was the hard one.
Oh,
So I'm glad you are finding it that it's not so hard.
I think we already learned.
Well, it kind of makes it hard with the minuses and the pluses.
We haven't put them together.
All right, let's do one more, and I'm going to let y'all do it on your paper first, just to see if y'all can do one. So ready? Try this one. Negative 2 minus, and then they have these new brackets. So stay with me. I'll explain to you what that means before you even get started. Okay, these brackets are a little bit different, and they are actually called brackets instead of parentheses. But it's the same, you're going to have to see brackets as parentheses because it's in that category. Okay, so basically they want us to answer everything in here first. So you'll follow the PEMDAS rule within here first. Okay, so do y'all want me to do this one? Do you feel pretty confident that you think you might be able to figure it out? Okay, so try it. And for those of you that don't feel confident, we'll just wait until the end and I'll do it.
If it's -3 minus a positive, you still have to change it.
You will, yeah, eventually, yes. Yeah, so basically what this is saying is do PEMDAS within here, and then let's do the rest of the problem doing PEMDAS again. So follow PEMDAS within here, these brackets, and then we'll finish the rest. Wow, okay.
If it's minus and negative, do you have to make it plus or positive?
Minus and negative, yes. Is that right?
If it's a positive,
No. Positive, positive, nothing happens. The only time you change something is if it's a minus. Well, I didn't hear
but then
you
you
say.
change it.
That's what.
All right. Okay, so let's do this one together. Is everybody ready to try this one together? Okay, I don't know what you got, but you should have gotten positive 21.
Whoa.
Okay, so if you didn't, really pay attention. Okay? According to PEMDAS, what would I do first here because it's within my bracket?
The multiply.
Okay? I'm going to multiply first. So what is my -4 times my -5? Positive 20. Does everybody get that? Everybody got positive 20 right here. So I'm just going to put 20 right there. Okay, now we're still within the bracket. It says -3 minus 20. Okay, like I said, if you think that you can go, okay, I'm at -3 and I'm going to go minus 20 more, to me it makes it easier to go in and do plus, negative right there. Okay, because we're doing PEMDAS within this first. So I'm still following my rules that now I need to change that. So -3 plus -20 becomes negative 23.
I see where I'll go.
Okay, I'm going to keep it in my little brackets just to help me. Bring it, so this I'm answered. Bringing everything else down. Now, it doesn't really matter that these are brackets and that's parentheses. They're all the same. They just did brackets on this one, okay? So now I'm at the time where I need to change. So this is going to be this is a minus right now, and I'm going to change it to a plus and change the sign to the right. Plus. Okay? Now I subtract these because I have different signs. So 23 take away 2 is 21, and then I take the sign of the biggest number. So my answer is going to be a positive 21.
I did everything the exact same you just did it, but I actually did -2 plus positive 23 and I got -25.
Oh, I see.
But I did everything.
Okay. Does everybody feel like they got it? Okay, good stuff. Okay, now, I don't know why Saxon does this, but now we're going to learn a little bit of something different. It's called functions.
And it's still the same lesson?
And I really, for this being this kind of lesson, I really wish they would have just done that lesson.
Why
Okay?
don't we just not do this?
Sorry, can't. Because then you're going to have test questions from this lesson coming up and you won't know it.
So is this 86?
So no, this is still 85. Now we're learning something called functions. It's a good thing that the next lesson is very easy. And this functions is actually pretty easy. Okay. Okay, here we go. They use the term, what they're trying to say is, from 0, I'm going to write the word function right here. I'm going to explain to you what that means, okay? 0 to 0. Stay with me. I'll explain to you what I mean. 3 to to 6. 4 to 8. And 7 to we don't know what is the answer. Okay? So basically, what you're going to be doing is I'm going to put an X here and a Y here because that's going to be important later on. Okay? But they label it in, out. That really is not important what you label it right now, but I just need you to see this, is that what do you see happen, it's really hard to see with 0, but what do you see happen from 3 to get 6, from 4 to get 8? You're going to multiply by 2. So guess what? The function for this problem is times 2. So what is my function? Times 2. That's what we're using for it to come out what we want it to be. 0 times 2, because it's my function, is still 0, because anything times 0 is 0. 3 times 2 is 6. 4 times 2 is 8. And 7 times 2 is 14. So we were able to tell what our function was, or our answer was, because we knew the function was times 2. Everybody understand? Okay, let's try another one.
Can we do this one on our own?
Not yet. But thank you for asking. 14, 7, blank, 0, 10, 3. Who thinks they know it? 5, negative 2. Minus 7. Who agrees? Okay. Everybody feels like they agree? Okay. What's going to help us, because we have all the numbers on this side, but one missing on this side, is let's go from here to here this time. Okay?
Plus 7.
So 7 what equaled 14? Plus 7. So that's going to help us here. 0 plus 7 equals 7. 3 plus 7 equals 10. Negative 2 plus 7 equals 5. Everybody see how we went from right to left that time? Okay, so you kind of just do which one helps you. All right, yes.
I do have a question. Wouldn't the 7 to the 0 be right in between the 5 and the 10? Like would it have to go, like on the left side, would it have to go from greatest to least?
No, they're not even worried about that.
Okay.
You did on the first one, good observation. But no, this one doesn't matter. They're just giving us random numbers, and we're trying to figure out the function. So if they ask you what the function is, I want y'all to learn to write it like this. On the first one, what was our function? Who remembers?
Times 2.
Okay, so is it fair for me to say x times 2 equals y? For the first one that we did. Yeah. Okay, because, let me give you an example. We had 4 and 8 here. So if my x was 4x,
Yeah.
and I timesed it by 2, times 2, then I get y, which was my 8. Does everybody understand how I came up with this formula? Okay, using x and y. What would my formula be here?
Negative
time.
like
This one's a little bit harder.
X minus 7 equals y.
X minus 7, or we could have even said y plus 7 equaled x. You could turn your y around. You don't have to use x first. Or you could have said x minus 7 equals y. Okay? Does everybody understand how we did that?
yes, ma'am. Now can we
I don't care how you set it up. It's fine. You could use y or x. Okay, but just let me know what the function is based on that.
now may we do the rest of them?
Let me see how the next one is. Okay, not yet. Sorry. Okay, so let's do another one. And the only reason I'm doing this one is because this one may be confusing to you because it adds a little bit extra. Okay, so here's what they tell me. They just give me an XY chart. X, Y. They're no longer putting the function in the middle or anything like that. Okay, so here's what they say. 4, 7, 0. And they only, no, they don't give us any numbers. Blank, blank, blank. And here's the formula they give me. y equals 2x plus 1. That is the formula. So this time they're giving you the formula and you're going to have to discover everything. Okay,
Times 1 or plus 1?
plus 1.
You said times 1.
I see, sorry. Plus 1. Y equals 2x plus 1.
Well, 4 is kind of impossible. It'd have to be an odd number.
Okay, so here's what I want you to do. Let's start with 4 because that's one of our problems kind of thing. If x is 4, is there something I can do with that? I'm going to take and put, instead of having an x there, I'm going to put my first number that's in my x column. Okay, and any number that is next to a letter, it means to multiply. Everybody remembers that. So 2 times 4. Can I discover what y is just by inserting what x is?
Yes.
Yeah. So I put 4 in that spot. That was x. And so now I'm going to go 2 times 4, 8, plus 1 is 9. So y equals 9. So guess what? We discovered what it is just by putting that number in. Okay, let's try the next one. Okay, so let's put the 2x back up there. And this time we're going to use 7. So I'm going to put 7 in here. And I get 14 plus 1, which makes 15. So y on this one is 15.
0.
Okay,
No,
and the
one.
last one, 0. I'm going to put that in for my x. So it's going to be 2 times 0. And that's going to be 0 plus 1
1.
gives us 1. Very good. This one, they did not want us to find the function. They wanted us to perform the problem. Some of them you're going to have to find the function so that you can come up with this formula. Because the whole point is for you to know how to do this. Okay? So what's the point of that part of the lesson? It's for you to know how to do this. Everybody got it? That is lesson 85. Woo! That was